This past Christmas, I thought about gifts. What to get people in the way of a gift. Retail business starts gearing up after Halloween. Displays, decorations, the Christmas trees replace the ghouls and goblins. And we're off to the races. The wallets open up, the credit cards come out. The spending starts. Many retail businesses do most of their business between November and December. The retail industrial complex has us conditioned. Conditioned to spend money we earn on stuff we're not really sure anyone needs or wants. We make a lot of the purchases with credit cards because it's so convenient. Maybe with money we haven't even earned yet. Emotional spending a lot of times, not logical or rational or even particularly thoughtful. My son and I have a house. For a number of years, we've been using the holidays as a point in time to purchase gifts for the house. Things like an air fryer, a mixer, tools, stuff we'll get a lot of use out of. Our house is pretty well equipped after many cycles of this sort of gift giving. So this year, I really didn't have any idea. We usually wait until after the holidays because prices on things get better post-holiday versus pre-holiday. I don't even remember what started it, leather. But soon the stuff that started appearing in recommended videos, all the algorithms kicked in, and I was seeing a lot of how-to videos on making stuff out of leather. Well, it's not a skill I have. It looks like something I could do. I would need to get some tools to do it and some materials. Then I'd need to spend some time learning how to use the tools and make something useful. It seemed like a good fit. Household tools, learning something new, gaining some skills, and the ability to make something versus buying something for people I want to give it to. Putting a little thought into a gift, a little effort, maybe even a little love, as opposed to just going out and buying it. This is kind of how people did things prior to the retail industrial complex. I started the way we usually do by watching someone else to learn. Then I attempted to copy what I saw. I practiced the basic skills, the repetitive procedures common to making anything, measuring, cutting, fastening things together, gaining the fundamental skills and understanding to be able to not just copy others, but conceive, design, and create ideas of my own. Then I proudly showed something I made, and the wind kind of came out of my sails. They said, "Oh, I'm sorry. I have a problem with something made out of an animal." Well, everyone has a right to their own ideas, their own values. I don't think less or more of a person because they have a different set than I do. I look at it from the standpoint that there is something for all of us to gain because we differ. So I took this as an opportunity to explore what could be an alternative to something made out of an animal. And I discovered something called cork fabric. Now, cork has been around probably as long as leather. It's had its uses, but creating a fabric or leather-like alternative is fairly new. Cork fabric won't replace leather. The two materials are different. They each have their own unique qualities. But in certain applications, one material is as suitable as the other. So are other materials. Things like waxed canvas, which is next on my list to explore. Cork, for example, is very lightweight. And when I made the same item out of cork for the person who had the problem with something made out of an animal, they were thrilled, and I was too. In many ways, it's easier to work with and has some advantages over its leather counterpart. I've also made a few of the tools I use that I could otherwise have gone out and bought. And I thought making them might help me graduate from student to teacher. As I find things that work, figure out how to make them, I am in a position to pass knowledge on to others. Maybe that's one of the answers to the question, why are we here? What's the meaning of life? Maybe one of the answers is to contribute. We all have something to contribute. We learn something, we show it to others. They gain, they learn, they show it to others. We're all better for it. It doesn't matter what color, race, nationality, gender, religion, etc. the hands showing us might be. What matters is what we're being shown. If it functionally contributes something of value, we're all enriched. Sure, we have differences. We don't share the same values, like the person who has a problem with things made out of animals. Okay, let's try to find things we can agree about, things that we share in common, things that enrich us. As we do, those things become our momentum and move us forward. During this voyage of discovery through leatherworking, there have been a lot of seeds, but one in particular that's been planted in my mind. It's germinating, beginning to sprout, and at some point, it'll be shown. I'm not ready to share it or show it yet. I still need to observe myself putting it to use. Is it something others can benefit from? I think so, but I'm still evaluating. For now, I look back over the last 3 months and what I've learned, and I'm marveling at the progress I've made. I resisted the knee-jerk reaction to conditioning of the retail industrial complex. And I waited. I waited for something else to fill that void. What I got wasn't a trickle, but a flood. One little change made a huge difference, and the gift continues giving. I like that. I'm going to keep exploring.